more giving. They're in a great mood. There's laughter. And Christmas 2021 will always go down in memory. We're sitting around a table with my mom and dad and talking about the wedding, and Jennifer hands me this card, and I open it up, and she asked me to walk her down the aisle. Started crying. My relatives are like, "Oh my God, what just happened? What just happened to this family Christmas? Now this guy's bawling at the table." I run into the room. I said, "Excuse me." I go into the room. Jennifer follows me. "Oh, are you okay?" I'm like, yeah. I go, "That's one incredible honor." And I go, "Thank you." And she goes, "Will you do it?" I'm like, "Oh, if only I didn't have plans that night, I would." But no, I did. Of course I did. Even as a young child, with reflection of that time of year brings, I reflected upon that letter. And I remember when my sister came over to my sister's house and holding Jennifer, and I'm like, "Oh my God, what a beautiful gift from God." She's just was a happy baby all the time. And, she grew up, she didn't have any brothers or sisters, but she was always so happy. I mean, there's never a mean bone in this young girl's body. I mean, even at a young age, you could see that. So I would hang out with her. I'd say, "Come on." I'd take her to my friend's house, and I'd just hang out. She'd just be a little kid. We'd just hang out. And I'd always brought her to my girlfriend's house, which is now my wife, Jennifer. Hold the camera there. And we'd be at her house, and we put on Broadway musicals, and we would dance to Cats. And Jenny would dance to the Cats across, and I would dance, and she would dance. And finally, my mother-in-law, not at that time, but pulled me aside, and she said, "My husband and I are a little concerned, dating Jenny." And I said, "Yeah, what's up?" "Is that your child?" I'm like, No. She's my sister's child, but they're like, "She's with you all the time." And I said, "Yes, because it's just fun." And she didn't have any brothers or sisters, and it was fun just hanging out with her, even such a young kid, just having some great memories. And I said, "No, she's not my child." And they said, "Well, she looks like you." And I'm like, "No, again, she's not my child." You don't have to do that. But I mean, just look at her. She's got a smile that lights up the room.
She does.
See?
She does.
She has so much compassion, empathy, caring, love in her heart. It's not only for people, but for animals as well. So, we all face struggles in life. And I know Jenny has some struggles, and what I admire about her is that she takes them head on, smiling, and does not let the roadblocks of her life journey get in the way. She has persevered. And I don't know if you know this, Jenny, but you were a role model to me. I'm a teacher, been an educator for about 20 some years now. And I see her behavior, and sometimes my behavior's not always the best. I can be a little stinker. And I'd watch Jenny, and if I'm doing something, I'm like, how would Jenny handle this? And I've never told you that probably, but you being a role model to me passes that down to my students, when I'm a role model to them, and the ripple effect probably is so big that you don't know, I don't even know. But it's just a pleasure, not only knowing you, but being related to you, for sure. I do know that if your father was here, your father, Ray Bink is what we like to call him, if he was standing right here and giving the same speech, he'd say the same things about you, how such a growing, caring, loving person you are. And that just shows you to everybody you're surrounded with. I mean, Jesus, look at her friends. Look at Sam. What a great, caring, loving guy. As far as I know, I've only known him a short amount of time. The rest of you are laughing, so I probably don't know exactly everything. But I mean, it's amazing. And Jennifer, I just can't tell you the honor that was, getting that letter. I showed it to everybody at work. All the teachers, they were crying. "Oh my God." I'm like, "I know, isn't this great? I'm going to frame it." I'm so honored. I love you very much with all my heart. And thank you. And you and Sam are just such a beautiful couple. Jennifer's had hundreds of boyfriends. And Sam is our top 3 for sure. And that's a lie. Jennifer, none of 100 boyfriends. And Sam, you are the best. I love you. I love both of you. So thank you for this honor. Thank you for allowing me to walk you down that aisle. It's a pleasure, and I know Pink would have been real proud. Thank you.